first one is 32. Do you want to talk to this one?
I will hand this one to Mr. Gelati.
Yes, so this is to award the contract to Ohio Paving to resurface the parking lot right here at the City Hall. You guys have the map exhibit in your packet, so that shows the limits of everything that's going to be resurfaced, and basically we'll split the parking lot into two halves and work one half while everybody parks in the other half. When the work is done, we'll switch, and that's really about it. So we just ask for everybody's patience here at the City Hall while we're a little short on parking for the short term. And if we could do a 1, 2, 3, please, so we can sign the contract.
You read my mind. I was thinking you were going to ask that. Anyone have any questions?
How long are you anticipating the work taking?
That's a few weeks all total. We don't have an official schedule from them yet, but that's a good estimate.
Okay, if nobody objects, we'll do 1, 2, 3. Just real quick, because you just made me think of it talking about paving. Do you know when the streets are going to begin getting grinded? Because the signs are up.
Tentatively scheduled the week of June 8th.
Okay.
Tentatively.
I've seen a lot of questions on social media because the signs.
They started putting up
Are
the
all up.
signs, yeah, with the black covers on.
Yep. Okay. All right. Ordinance 33.
So this is something you guys see every year, sometimes more than once a year. This is basically amending the local ordinances to reflect both legislation that council's previously passed that requires an adjustment to like the numbering of our ordinances, and it also reflects legislation passed by the Ohio General Assembly that impacts our local code. So like for example, if the General Assembly reclassifies an offense instead of a misdemeanor that we have like local jurisdiction for and reclassifies it as a felony, we'll amend our code to reflect that as one example. And there's a variety of legislation that's been passed by the General Assembly, so.
Anyone have any questions?
I do. I have a question. I was looking at all of them, and how many of those are state mandated versus home rule? I'd be curious if there were home rule ones. I would like to actually read the changes. I tried to backtrack it. There's so many changes that, but I think if there are home rule ones, I would like to actually read what we're passing.
Well, I mean, in a sense, they're all home rule because we have them in our local code. That's part of the way that we do it, so.
I mean, I would, okay,
So pretty much all of them, I would
Could-
say, yeah.
I mean, I don't think, I would like to see what we're passing.
Well, if I understand correctly, and I may be wrong, this is when we mirror state law into our own ordinances?
Correct, so we
But-
can cite locally.
So we can cite locally instead of it being a state charge? It's the same exact law?
Yeah, and really from a practical perspective, what that means, like, if it goes down to Stowe, for example, on a local code citation, when an individual is sentenced and fined, the city collects those fines instead of if it's charged under the state code, then the state collects those fines. And so this is a local benefit, obviously, so we can get the, an offset for people engaging in crime in the community. Yeah, but I mean, if you wanna review it, it's probably a 2-inch thick packet.
I know, no, I was just, you
yeah.
know.
To give you an example though, I was just telling Mark, traffic, like traffic laws. The only ordinance we have that I think doesn't have it modeled after a statute, state statute, is weaving, operating your vehicle in a zigzag course, but within your lane. That is a homemade ordinance. It's unique to Macedonia. I'm sure other departments have it, other
Yeah,
places
sure.
have it. But that verbiage isn't taken from state code. But that's the only one I know of in traffic at all.
Okay,
So, and then there's other ones like no parking on Park Avenue. Stuff like, or no parking on Thistle Ridge between, in which we amended those.
Yeah,
Cleaned them up.
and there's some,
Yeah.
and there's some that are state law, but we've made some slight adjustments to it. So it's, you know, a little bit of a mix there. But they are all available if anybody, if you wanna look at them or any other council member wants to look at them, they're available.
Did you feel that you needed to read them before we voted
well,
on it?
I just, you know, Yeah, I would like to look, for me, I would like to look to see.
Is there any harm in
this-
us delaying in one meeting?
No.
No, okay, that was my other question.
Then we'll do first reads. And then get with Mark and
Yeah, I'll get it.
we'll get you what you need. Anyone else have any questions? Okay, then the other thing I was gonna bring up is I sent an email out because it was brought to my attention and you can see it on the calendar up here. We're gonna meet, if we don't change it, at the end of this month on the 28th, and then exactly 7 days later again on the 4th. So does anyone here have any interest in canceling the May 28th council meeting? Or any heartburn against it or anything?
It's fine if all, the directors don't have anything pressing and they can wait another week for the
I
fourth.
did ask
Yeah.
the mayor before I brought it up to make sure there wasn't anything in the pipeline, and I think the standard disclaimer applies. We'll come in if we need a special meeting, right?
Mhm.
I did ask Joe, he has nothing for the 28th,
Nothing
because
planned.
usually
Yeah.
it's heavy
Roads and
engineering
stuff.
and, yeah.
And it's just an artifact of us moving June back. And I'd hate to move June anywhere after we committed to that back in January, and people may have taken vacations or something, so. If nobody objects, I can make the motion. Anyone want to second that?
I'll second. Go ahead, leave that easy, because I'll be listening, I'll forget.
That's all I got. Do you have anything else?
I'm gonna ask for an executive session today, so,
Do it after new business?
yes,
Okay.
please.
Would you mind seconding that? And I'll make the motion. All right. I didn't want to do less than 15 minutes, so you guys have 8 minutes back. I wanted to make sure we had time in case anything else came up. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to the May 14th, 2026 Macedonia City Council meeting. It is 7:30 PM. Mr. Hoover, will you please call the roll?
Ms. Brandt.
Here.
Ms. Cummings.
Here.
Mr. Ferraro.
Here.
Mr. Finley.
Here.
Mr. Gravis.
Here.
I'll ask Chaplain O'Brien to lead us in the invocation.
Mayor, council members, may we begin this meeting with a spirit of respect, that every decision made here carries an impact on our neighbors, our families, and the future of our community. May we approach each decision with open minds, thoughtful hearts, and a commitment to listening as carefully as we speak. Grant us patience during disagreement, clarity in moments of challenge, and the humility to seek what is best for all those we serve. We also offer gratitude to the individuals who dedicate their time and energy to public service, our mayor, city council members, city employees, first responders, and volunteers who work each day to strengthen our community. May their efforts continue to inspire cooperation, integrity, and compassion throughout our city. Let this meeting be guided by civility, fairness, and a shared commitment to progress for the benefit of every resident. Amen. And now our Mayor, Nick Molnar, will lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Chaplain O'Brien. All right, next we have a proclamation I will be reading here, and it's to recognize National Police Week 2026 and to honor the service and sacrifice of those law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty while protecting our communities and safeguarding our democracy. Whereas there are more than 800,000 law enforcement officers serving communities across the United States, including the dedicated members of the Macedonia Police Department. Whereas since the first recorded death in 1786, there are currently more than 24,500 law enforcement officers in the United States that have made the ultimate sacrifice and been killed in the line of duty, including Patrolman Gary Pastor, a member of the Macedonia Police Department. Whereas the names of these dedicated public servants are engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. Whereas 363 new names of fallen heroes are being added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial this year. Whereas the service and sacrifice of all officers killed in the line of duty was honored during the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund's 38th Candlelight Vigil on the evening of May 13th, 2026. Whereas the Candlelight Vigil is part of the National Police Week, which will be observed this year, May 11th through the 16th. Whereas May 15th is designated as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of all fallen officers and their families, and U.S. flags should be flown at half-staff. Therefore, be it resolved, the City of Macedonia will observe May 11th through the 16th, 2026 as National Police Week in Macedonia and publicly salutes the service of law enforcement officers in our community and the communities across the nation. All right, next on our agenda is the approval of minutes.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the Thursday, April 23rd, 2026 regular council meeting minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval is granted. Public comments, we have two people signed up. We ask that you come to the microphone, state your name, and give your address. You have 5 minutes or less, and the chief will keep the time for us. When you hear the timer, please wrap up as quickly as you can. So first on our list is Mr. Skarupa. Welcome.
Yes, good evening. The name is Joe Skarupa. Lived in Macedonia since 1978 and been on 8199 South Bedford. I'm here on two topics. One is I've brought up before, and I talked to the chief just before we started, truck traffic on South Bedford Road. I was out doing some yard work recently, and I saw an oil tanker go down South Bedford Road. We went south, 10 minutes later, came back north. Shortly thereafter were two school buses and the city bus. That's not a very good combination. I don't know why in oil. This is the kind of tanker you see filling up the gas stations. Whether it's full or empty, it's dangerous. In addition, we have seen, my neighbor and I have seen other 18-wheelers go down South Bedford. It's not often, but it happens enough. And this 2 o'clock with a gas tanker going down South Bedford, children, buses, school buses, city buses, it's not a bad combination. So I know you have signs that say no trucks. They're on the ground. I'm suggesting we put some signs on the crossbeam, especially when you're coming on 82 going east and west as you approach where South Bedford is. You have one on the ground right near the substation, or the subway place. And that's great for a truck coming down Highland Road because bingo, you see it. But if you're coming on east or west, you don't see it till after you turn, especially left. So a truck's in that left turn lane, he doesn't know it's no trucks until it's too late. So if you're on an 18-wheeler, you're not going to turn around. You're going to make a run for it. Also, coming the other direction, there is no sign. When you're making a right turn on South Bedford, you don't see it till you make that right turn. So I'm just suggesting that we post signs like these on the crossbeam where we have the streets, so South Bedford or Highland, where the lights are, where we have the arrows currently that say left turn, right turn, to put these signs there to make it more visible for the trucks, that they don't turn. Now, will it stop every truck? No, absolutely not. I'd like to see more police presence on South Bedford looking for trucks. There was one incident, my neighbor saw a garbage truck going down South Bedford not on our garbage day. One of the police officers stopped him. The garbage truck said, "I'm making a shortcut. I do this every day." So I don't know if he got a ticket or just a warning. That happened about a month or so ago. So I'm just suggesting we consider these signs up on the crossbeam to get more visibility, more attention to a truck driver before they make that turn onto South Bedford. So that's number one. Number two, we had great success recently in the manned space program. Artemis 2, you've all read about it. Your kids, your grandkids have probably read about it, gotten excited. I don't know if you knew that we had an astronaut that graduated from Nordonia High School. Ron Sega. Does anyone ever remember that? No? I'm suggesting, with the recent excitement about the space program, that the city honor Ron Sega in some way. I've seen other astronauts from hometowns where they have a sign, hometown of astronaut so-and-so. Schools have been named after astronauts, streets. So I think it's one way to honor someone who has reached that level of being an astronaut, right here in our community. He now has a PhD, graduated from the Air Force Academy, and he was assistant secretary to the Air Force, secretary of the Air Force. He now is a professor of aerospace technology and aeronautics at Colorado State, so he's still active. It would be great to honor him in some way, just like we honor the athletes of Nordonia High, the girls' bowling team, the wrestlers, football, basketball. I think an honor for an astronaut is worthy. So in some way, if we can get him here to help with the honoring, however you want to do it, and or get the school system to have him talk to the students. I mean, what an exciting thing for your grandchildren or children to hear an astronaut right from your hometown. Okay, one final thing. There are 700 astronauts. We have one. Let's honor that person in some way, shape, or form. And the final one, real quick, I talked to the chief of police on what's happening on the signal light on South Bedford and Highland. So we can talk about that later. But I'd really like to know how that's going to work. I know it's pending after that Highland Road and Valley View situation's done. But, so those are my 2 points. Put the sign up for the trucks, and let's honor somebody who is an astronaut, former astronaut. So,
Thank you.
you want a copy of this?
Leave them there if you would, please. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you. All right, second on our list is Robert Wismer. Welcome.
All right. My name is Robert Wismer. I've lived here in the city since 1976. Purchased a home on Highland Road in 1989. I have a letter here from the city. It talks about some completed work over at the Gardens of Highland. Mentions 5 things. I can summarize real quick. Remove invasive grass, remove sediment, restore creek basin, install river rock, and netting. The problem is, not one of these things was done. I have some photos here. If someone wants to take a look and show me anything in these photos that resembles anything in this letter. So, the person I'm up against is an HOA, the Century Management, which is bad enough. Putting in private residence, they have to fight against the HOA. Well, I have a letter of completion. None of these things were done. And here I have a letter from Century Management. I can't even file a civil suit because the city signed off. Just a brief example, it says that the creek flows unobstructed. This is a 24-inch pipe, and 22 inches of it is full of water. This creek is 7/8 obstructed, even more. Every drop of water from Longwood Park to Highland Road has to go through here. There's another 2-foot pipe goes under the railroad tracks, comes up in Joe Kowalski's property. Every drop of water from the other side of the railroad tracks goes into that pipe. Every drop of water from forever has to go through this. There's other photos if anyone wants to take a look. If they enjoy a good puzzle, they can fill me in. I can leave the pictures. I'm going to keep the letter from the city. I'm sure there's another one floating around. I'm not digitally connected, so I have no way of contacting any of my elected representatives. So I've been cut off, and this well, I wasn't going to mention any names. This person put a kibosh on any hopes I had. I've been at this for 4 years. Mayor, you was out at my house 3 years ago. So after 4 years, this is what I get. A completely, there's good comedy here if anyone's, paying attention, but it's not so much comedy for me. My entire property turns into a lake. The water needs to go through here in real time. Like I say, every drop of water from forever has to go through here. Now I don't even know what to do. I got a cease and desist letter from the HOA. City says all the work's done, but my property still floods. Nothing has changed at all since I started this on day one. I'm open for suggestions, or if someone wants to contact me and let me know what my next step is, if anyone's even interested at all.
What's your address?
1135 East Highland Road.
And when was that letter from?
April 17th.
Of this year?
Yes. Yes. In between the time of this letter and this meeting, there hasn't been any significant rain. I could have brought a lot better pictures, but I didn't have the opportunity. So, I'll let you guys think about it a little bit. Maybe someone can contact me and let me know what I should do now.
Can you leave the photos with us?
I can leave the photos, yes.
There's-
There's a description written on the back of the photos describing what the picture is of.
So you're saying that you filed a complaint, the city came out and cited some things, and then the orders were abated or gotten rid of, it said that was fixed, but you're saying that you didn't feel that any? Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry, yeah.
No,
Originally-
let's be fair, it's a private party matter. Now, when the corrections were made, we do inspect the corrections, but this has been very clear from the start that this is a private party issue between you and the HOA. We have to be very careful as the city what we do with that, and if the corrections were made and we inspected the corrections that were done, yes, that's all our place is in all that. So I want to be crystal clear, because
Right.
I've been akin to this, you and I have communicated many
Yes.
times, and I've done what I can do from my side of things. If you don't feel that the corrections were made to your satisfaction,
Well,
then
no,
that's
to
another
the-
conversation.
the corrections weren't made to the letter's satisfaction that Inspector Hall signed off on. There's 5 things there that the letter says. It's my belief that Inspector Hall never visited the job site on April 17th. That's my belief, but if he did,
I'll look into it.
thank you.
I'll get back.
That's
to you.
all.
I just
Thank you.
want to make one point that has nothing to do with your main reason for being here. Just because you're not digitally connected, I want you to know that everyone up here is reachable by telephone. You
Well-
don't have to email us, and if you can't get a hold of us, our clerk has, you can call and leave a message with the clerk.
Okay,
and
'cause
some
every-
of us, or multiple of us, will get back to you.
And there's office hours as well.
There is, thank you, there's office hours 30 minutes
Good, good.
prior to every council meeting, you can just walk in.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, because
forgot that.
I've tried lots of phone calls and everyone just gets mad at me.
No, please, feel free to, we're your representatives, you should reach out to us by telephone.
Well, thank you much.
Thank you. Okay, correspondence from the clerk.
Yes, sir. I have one note that was sent to the mayor's office. It says, "Dear Mayor, this is a long overdue note in praise of Leah Griffith. She brings positive energy and enthusiasm to the senior center with all the many activities she manages. The bus trips are meticulously planned and provide chances to go places where seniors wouldn't go alone. No worries about where to park, where to eat, or how far we need to walk. Leah is just a blessing for all of us. Thank you for hiring her. Sincerely, Ginny Hummel. P.S. The bus drivers are great also."
Oh, yeah, them too. They are great. Okay, next up is pending new legislation, starting with ordinance number 32.
I'm sorry. I move to offer ordinance 32-2026 for its first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a contract with Ohio Paving and Construction Company, Inc. for resurfacing of the City Hall parking lot.
Director Gelati.
Yes, this legislation is to award the contract to Ohio Paving to resurface the parking lot right here at our City Hall. We expect the work to take place later this summer, and we just ask for everybody's patience during the construction period while we're under construction, as parking will be a little bit tight or restricted.
And this is part of the planned capital that
Oh,
we've been
yes.
planning for 5 years, so I want to make sure that everyone's aware that this is not something we just dropped today. We did go through the bid process to get the folks that were the lowest or best bid, so just want to make that very clear. Any further discussion? Hearing none, what is your pleasure?
I move to adopt ordinance 32-2026 and post according to law.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ordinance 32 carries. Ordinance number 33.
I move to offer ordinance number 33, 2026 for its first reading by title only.
An ordinance approving the editing, inclusion, and amendment of certain ordinances as parts of the various component codes of the codified ordinances of Macedonia.
Director Goodetti, anything you want to add to that?
No, I'm just very simply, this legislation wraps in both local legislation that council's previously passed, as well as updates from the General Assembly that need to be incorporated into our local code.
Thank you. Any other motions or legislative actions?
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion to cancel the May 28th regular council meeting.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any other motions or legislative actions? Hearing none, I'll go into the mayor's report. As previously, I talked about the proclamation for National Police Week. I want to honor the folks that serve our community first and foremost, because I think they do a stellar job of keeping us safe. And Chief, I want you to commend your staff, and I want to commend you as well for being a part of that, because I think the service that's provided keeps us safe and people feel comfortable, and that's what's most important to me, that when our officers interact with our people that live in our community and the people that come to visit us, they feel comfortable with that. And I think that that's something that gives the hometown feel that we still have here, at least in my eyes, so thank you for that. Second thing I want to talk about is Assistant Chief Solinsky. So I'm going to read a little something I have here, and if you'd all listen for a moment, I'd appreciate it. I'd like to take a moment to recognize Assistant Fire Chief Paul Solinsky for an outstanding achievement that reflects not only his dedication to the fire service, but also his commitment to education, mentorship, and community partnership. Assistant Chief Solinsky recently received the Community Engaged Teaching Recognition Award from the University of Akron Center for Community Engaged Learning. He was nominated by Dr. Jeffrey Pellegrino of the university's Emergency Management and Disaster Sciences program for his leadership and partnership in the spring 2026 Fire Academy hosted here in Macedonia. Through this program, cadets receive valuable hands-on training while working alongside local fire departments and becoming immersed in the communities they serve. This collaboration is helping to prepare the next generation of firefighters at a time when departments across Ohio are facing critical shortages of emergency service personnel. Assistant Chief Selinsky's leadership has helped make Macedonia a place where learning, service, and community come together. His work is making a difference not only for these students, but for the future of the fire service across our region. On behalf of City Council and the residents of Macedonia, congratulations, Assistant Chief Selinsky, on the well-deserved recognition, and thank you for your service and leadership. Also, the revenue for the mayor's court for April was $56,423.07. And last but not least, please don't drive distracted. Put the phones down, concentrate on the road, and stay safe. Committee reports.
Parks and Rec Commission has our May meeting next Wednesday at 6 o'clock upstairs in the office. End of report.
Thank you. Any other committee reports? Hearing none, we'll go into department reports. Director Veras.
Sit up.
Like, you know what it is.
You want to hear it anyway.
I went to the dentist today, had no cavities.
Well, that's good. But I don't know that the community really cares about that.
Resident refund program is going strong. Residents can continue to submit their refunds up until September 15th unless they have an extension from Rita. End of report.
Thank you. Director Eckendorf.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to thank everybody who came out to Springfest back on April 25th. It was a little wet outside, so we did move it inside. So I appreciate everybody making this change and stopping by all the vendors that were there. We did have our Senior Center Senior Prom this past Friday, so congratulations to the King and Queen that were named. That's a annual event that Leah helped put together this year, and it was outstanding. So congratulations to that group. And then finally, just some upcoming events that we've got through Parks and Recreation. Food Truck Thursdays have begun again throughout the summer. Those last through August. It's the last Thursday of the month. We've got Family Fishing Day on May 30th. That's going to take place in Longwood Park there. There's 2 sessions for that, 9 to 10:30 and 10:30 to noon, so make sure to sign up. Bait and tackle and rod are included in your registration with that. We've got a Schools Out for Summer pool party on June 4th. We'll have some music, we'll take out the lane lines, just an opportunity to have some fun in the pool, including being able to have some floats, which are normally not allowed, so we're excited to be able to host that. And then finally, the Spirit of Macedonia Festival, June 19th and 20th at Longwood Park. Everyone should have started to see the communications about that. Just a reminder that that is a Nordonia Hills School District only event, as well as MAC Rec members and school district employees and their guests. Also, anybody under the age of 18 will need a parent or guardian. End of report.
Thank you. Director Gelati.
Yes, thank you to council for your support in the passage on ordinance number 32 for the parking lot. We'll be sure to communicate the schedule to everyone well in advance. And on a separate note, road paving is scheduled to begin next month in the month of June at 7 different roads around the city. End of report.
Thank you. Director Wilson.
Thank you, Mayor. We have done some roof repairs on the dugouts there at Longwood Park. Also some roof repairs on the barn and some siding repairs. We are doing our best to eliminate the grindings pile. We're spreading it, redoing the parking lots and getting those ready for Summerfest and all that. We completed 378 work orders in the last 30 days. And finally, great job to the chief. we changed the lights out here to blue lights for the week of Police Week. So thanks for all you guys do.
Thank you. Assistant Commissioner Allen.
Yeah, just one thing, we issued a certificate of occupancy for the old Yoga 6 suite over in Macedonia Commons. It's soon to be Power Up Studio, where it's ultimate fitness in an empowering environment, they claim. So if that interests you, yeah, when they open up, you can pay them a visit. End of report.
Thank you. Director Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. HR received over 230 applications for the payroll specialist job. We have narrowed that down to 2. Final interviews are tomorrow afternoon. We will be making a decision and moving forward with background checks, drug screens, and all that fun stuff. End of report, Mayor.
Thank you. Assistant Chief Zelinski.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, thank you for that recognition. I greatly appreciate that. On behalf of Chief Ripley and our department, we want to recognize and thank the Macedonia Police Department during this week. You've been extremely helpful when needed for us in the fire service, so thank you. Going back to last week, it's been a busy week. One of the things that just happened is we talked about the University of Akron. We just finished our four-month stint. 18 students graduated. Of the 18, 16 of them passed their state final exam on the first time. So congratulations to them. And Saturday, the 15th, the police department and fire department will be escorting the high school girls flag football team heading the state championship competition on Saturday. Down the Commons, I believe, right?
It'll go up South Bedford, down 82, down the Commons, Route 8 South. I believe they're playing in Canton.
Yeah. Okay. And the last thing is just from our department to the service department. We've had a lot of issues that happened over the last couple of weeks, and I just want to thank you and your department for all the help that you've given us from the graduation, the table setups, the retirement party that we just did in our bays, chasing the electrical issues that we've had in all of our outlets that weren't working. Thank you. The drone van with its electrical issues, our command vehicle, and you did that all in a timely fashion. So on behalf of Chief Ripley and our department, thank you.
You're welcome.
End of report. So.
Thank you. Chief Yakupovich.
Thank you, Mayor. So, Assistant Chief Zelinski isn't quite aware. We summed that up with, way to go, Dan. That's how we do that.
That's a little thing we got.
On behalf of the men and women of the Macedonia Police Department, we really appreciate the community support. We've had a lot of people reach out this week, and the proclamation, we appreciate that. Mayor kind of covered everything I had on my list here. It's one of the problems with going last, everything you guys already spoke about. But I do want to send a shout out to Canes of Macedonia, a big thank you. They've stepped up. We talked about Culver's in our safety program. Canes has stepped up as well. And we're starting a Canes Safety Achievement Award program. It's for children under 12. And if we see them doing safe acts, biking, could even be walking, crossing the street, we're going to develop some criteria. We'll start handing out certificates along with the bicycle safety program. It entitles them to a free kids combo meal. So thank you, Canes. End of report.
While we're on that topic, I get a lot of calls, and I had one yesterday of the kids in the electric scooters and bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you at least touch on that and let folks know that that's illegal, and we're trying to do our best to regulate that?
So there's a lot of different regulations, age requirements for a Class 3. Anybody under the age of 16 has to be wearing a helmet. Class 1 and 2 is what we would see, hope to see our children riding around because you have to be older for a Class 3. They have to obey the same rules as any other bicycle or motor or vehicle. I would say that a lot of this, they are new. A lot of these calls that we solve with a conversation. My catchphrase has been, it starts with a conversation. And we've had a lot of success talking with parents and the kids about the rules. And once they understand, it's all worked out. So don't hesitate to call the police department if you see a problem or a safety issue. But again, the electric bike, it's legal to operate those on the roadway. It's very popular, but if you have a specific issue, don't hesitate to call.
But most importantly, if you have a child that's operating one of them, talk to them. Because, coming here today, I backed my truck out of my driveway. A young man was coming around the corner on a scooter, and I don't think he was paying much attention when I saw him do the, jerk forward. So I think it's important that we just talk to our kids about it. I mean, before we have to go to the point where we're calling the police on them, let's parents talk to our kids. My son had an electric bike. Thankfully, it broke, and I don't intend to buy him another one. So that's why I ended that problem right there. Okay, Director Gaddetti.
Just a couple quick points regarding Mr. Wismer's statements. Nothing the city's done prevents him from pursuing private legal action against the HOA. As you mentioned, Mayor, this is primarily a private property issue, so the city's role here is really limited. With that being said, I can tell you firsthand that the city spent quite a bit of time trying to assist, act as a mediator in this situation to try to rectify any issues or perceived issues. Not only has the city been involved, but the Ohio EPA, and I believe even the Army Corps to a certain extent, has been involved in examining the situation, and I believe has also essentially approved the current conditions. So I just want to be clear, the calls haven't been met with anger, they've been met with attention and consideration, and the city's kind of bent over backwards to try to assist with the situation.
Thank you. Any
Like
unfinished?
that, I have a cease and desist letter from the HOA.
We heard, and if you want to provide that, that's something perhaps we could look at, but we'll do that. Now's not the time for that, sir. Please. Any unfinished business? Any new business?
I have one. I would like to make a motion to enter into executive session pursuant to revised code 121.22G1 to discuss the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official.
Second.
Roll call?
Ms. Brandt.
Yes.
Ms. Cummings.
Yes.
Mr. Ferraro.
Yes.
Mr. Finley.
Yes.
Mr. Garza.
Yes.
We are going to go into executive session, at which point, when we are complete, we will come back out and adjourn, potentially. So that's what we're going to do now. I would like to ask Director Gaddetti to join us.
only these 3 seats, the
I'd like to make a
candidates.
motion to adjourn.
Second. Oh, sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Sorry, I was actually.